Good morning. Good morning. I'm your host. Diane, give me video 9. Give me video 9. I know you weren't ready for that right out of the box, so give me video 9. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics on Voice of Rural America.com. Good morning, Diane. You know, so give me 107. Good morning, Diane. I hope everybody's doing well. So I always said, like, I was wondering, how could I tell, how would I be able to recognize my true friends? And yesterday that I was able to do it, and also in chronological order from top to bottom, like 1, 2, like who is 1, 2, by the people who sent me a message telling me Ozzy died. I said, those are my true friends. The rest of you, I'm just going to have to block you or unfriend you. I mean, you didn't even give me, you didn't even give Ozzy honorable mention and say anything. But anyhow, so just saying. I'm not going to tell you who, but there was a first person that said Ozzy died. I was like, wow. All right, so Ozzy Osbourne. Now, some may not have liked Ozzy, but my favorites, I like the Black Sabbath years. I really enjoyed Crazy Train. I enjoyed the time that Ozzy worked with Randy Rhoads before Randy Rhoads was killed in that tragic helicopter accident. I liked those years with Randy Rhoads and Ozzy and Crazy Train. They were very good. But I think my favorite is, I go back to the time where bands would just, I guess, whatever, just open up and play for 16 minutes or 9 minutes or 7 minutes or 13. And that's always been the stuff I've enjoyed the most, when these bands were just playing. I like Sweet Leaf. I like Black Sabbath, Sweet Leaf. I know. I get it. I love The Wizard. I love Black Sabbath, The Wizard. I really do. I do like Crazy Train. I like Crazy Train. I really enjoy, Ozzy could do some slow stuff that was real. Mama, I'm Coming Home was great. But Going Through Changes, that's a great one. But my favorite, and I will get past my Ozzy Osbourne tribute. It takes me back. I mean, come on, it takes me back. My favorite Ozzy Osbourne with Black Sabbath is Fairies Wear Boots. Fairies Wear Boots is my favorite. I mean, I can pump up the Bose speakers on Fairies Wear Boots. Fairies Wear Boots. You got to believe me. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. I was walking home late last night. I looked in the window. I saw a fairy dancing with a dwarf. You got to believe me, man. Fairies wear boots. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. He went to the doctor. The doctor said, you're doing too much smoking and tripping. Went to the doctor. Doctor, I saw a fairy wearing boots, dancing with a dwarf. You're doing too much smoking and tripping. Fairies Wear Boots is my favorite. I'm sorry. I know. And like some people are like, oh, I can't believe you said that. Well, tune in for the rest of the show. So Ozzy Osbourne, you know, some may not, you know, I didn't get into the whole Prince of Darkness stuff. So just so you know, I didn't get into that. And I never looked on these tunes. I never looked for underlying meanings. You know, I was never searching for underlying dark meanings in the tunes. All right, just to be clear. But Ozzy Osbourne died yesterday afternoon. So take that down. Crazy train. Trump did it. Trump did it. Yes, Trump did it. He did. Treason. You got to go after him. I mean, I have to tell you, you and I have been waiting, right? They're calling it bizarre. Give me 102. Obama calls Trump's treason allegations bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre? Number 101, Trump suggests DOJ go after Obama for 2016 Russian election interference probe. They're all in on it, right? I mean, these are the most corrupt people. Now, I got a phone call today. Is today Wednesday? I got a phone call Friday. Didn't I tell you this? And it came out of my phone call didn't come out of the White House, the Oval Office. The message I received, I was told, came directly out of the Oval Office, the White House. Epstein, the file, there's some out there because there's different groups now. We've talked about that. There's different groups. There's some out there that say everything's going to tie together and it's going to tie up, and I'm getting messages, you will see. Okay. All right. So they're going to go over, give me 100, and talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. And this is Todd Blanche. He's the assistant, right? He's the assistant DOJ Attorney General to Pam Bondi. He was Trump's personal attorney in the New York case. He's going to go over and see if she has information about anyone who committed crimes. What say you about this move? Are they going to make her a deal? I mean, you're going to be released if you talk about these people and not these people. I mean, it's very interesting what kind of deal. Trump accuses Obama of treason, 95. So, let's go with the video 5 from MSNBC, how they run their opening. Video 5.
Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
That was President Trump yesterday ranting about several of his perceived enemies, even accusing former President Obama of treason and telling reporters it's time to go after people. The question is, are these over-the-top accusations enough to distract from the Epstein case that's actually bothering him? It comes as the Justice Department is...
Okay. I like it. I do. I like it. I'm getting a message here, an Aussie message. All right, I like it. So, Let's see what I heard there. They're saying there's a distraction. There's a distraction that he is. Diane, there is no 46. I was counting this morning and I said 43, 44, 45, and then 47, 48. You know me, I always miss a number. Diane's looking for number 46. It's not a test. So, what did I hear? Ringleader, Hillary was there. Did I hear him say he won 2020 twice? Did I say here, not that he won it 2 times, but did I hear him repeat that he won 2020? Yes, I did. And I'm going to tell you something. The man sitting there, and he said, look at the mess. I've said that all along on this program. I've always said that. I've had people send me messages, great people. Everybody looks at things all around the box and looking in and look at it this way or look at it that way. I get that. But I've had the messages saying, well, look what we uncovered in the last 4 years. I mean, this happened and this happened. It caused this. And we've uncovered. So we allowed this disaster of 50 million people to come across the border, 30 million, however many million you want to put on it, million plus what, we allowed that to come across the border, right? Do you know how many congressional districts the 30 million people affect as far as population in states? So moving right along, I've never been one. If you're new to the show, I have never been one that says, "Oh, look at least we found." Never. And remember what I said yesterday morning? He said it today. The mess. I said that yesterday morning when I opened the show. It's interesting he said that yesterday, the President of the United States, because yesterday morning I said, you know what? I am going to go full throat on the Epstein. I'm going to go full throat on this administration when we need to talk about something. It's going to happen. But the one thing I can't lose my focus, and you should not lose your focus, is the mess that was left or is still in the Oval Office that this man has to attend to on a daily basis. Trade deficit. You go with just the trade deficit in this country. Absolute disaster. The man had the courage. Everybody's went nuts over tariffs. All right. Everybody has gone absolutely berserk. Well, everybody, they've all to the left. Not everybody. To the left, they've all gone berserk. Some right in the middle of the Republican Party have gone berserk over the tariffs and what it's done to the stock market, one thing after another. But the trade deficit in this country, this guy had to do something. Americans were, and still are in some areas, being taken advantage of all around the world. And he was determined and still is. He just finished a deal with Japan and the Philippines. He made them all come in and talk. They have to come in and talk. Period. So the mess that was left. Now, the one thing I want to do because we're going to talk about some of the corruption that took place in 2016. He knows 2020 was stolen. He's not going to let it go. He's not going to let it go. The people, the corruption, I mean, what say you? Does Mark Zuckerberg just think he got away with it? I have to tell you, it's time to go after him. Trump said, give me video. No, I don't want to do that one yet. Where's it at? Let's go with CNN video 10.
He again tried to divert attention from the Epstein files, this time by accusing former President Barack Obama of treason.
She found out that Barack Hussein Obama led a group of people and they cheated in the elections, and they cheated without question. What we found out is horrible, that Obama and a group of thugs cheated on the elections. They cheated violently, viciously on the elections. They're violent people. They're vicious, horrible. These are vicious, horrible people.
Violent, vicious, horrible people. Don't forget it. Violent. Ron Brown forgot to fuel up his plane. Vince Foster shot himself in the back of the head. Right? Violent, vicious people. I mean, Barack Obama told the cook, I want the steak medium rare. It came in well done. He's sleeping with the fishes. I don't know. I just put that in there. Violent, vicious, terrible people. They are. And he's not going to forget that. Now, Epstein ties into it. We'll talk about that later in the show. We have in Georgia, we have our $140 million Ponzi scheme. Now, Josh McCoon, the chairman, well, yesterday he was elevated to around Georgia. They elevated him. They gave him angel wings. Here he is right here being elevated, number 32. Dennis Futch wrote, and if you're out there in America, you might not know this guy, Dennis Futch. He's down in Moultrie, Georgia. Guy with the glasses on, or with the black blazer or whatever. A very wealthy guy with Josh, and he wrote a 4-paragraph glowing letter. Josh, finally, the Georgia GOP came out and gave back some of the ill-gotten gains they received from the Frost family to the receiver. And because Josh did that, some around the state gave him angel wings, and they've elevated him to Angel Joshua. Yes, he is an angel to some. Oh, Joshua, you're just amazing, Josh. We will tell you why he released the statement and why he gave the receiver the check from the Georgia GOP, what really happened there. Josh is not the angel that they elevate him on social media to be. More like gatekeeper. Maybe the gates, we'll leave that out. So take that down. We have the First Liberty Ponzi, $140 million Ponzi scheme. The Georgia Hour. The Georgia Hour is at 10 a.m. You know, they say a letter is going to drop next week. Give me number 40 and then 41. They say they're going to drop a letter next week. All right. That Pete Hegseth in the Pentagon, civilians and people serving there, Secretary, Pete Hegseth hit by deeply embarrassing allegations as leaked letter calling for his removal rips through the Pentagon. Now, give me number 41. They're trying to get rid of Pete here. 3 Pentagon officials, 2 military, 1 civilian, and each with at least 20 years in the department. They spoke anonymous. Aside from losing their jobs, they fear persecution by Donald Trump's administration. Each said the letter calling for his ouster wouldn't be made public until next week at the earliest. So watch for some drama surrounding the Pentagon, Pete Hegseth, and a move to try to get rid of him. Don't forget, Tulsi Gabbard is supposed to drop some new information. Tulsi Gabbard's supposed to drop some new information today. We're going to talk about this, number 53. There's going to be a meeting. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, is Thursday. There's going to be a meeting with Fed Chair Jerome Powell. Always remember, the Federal Reserve, there's nothing federal about it. Don't forget that. There's nothing federal about it. There's going to be a meeting Thursday. We're going to talk about this a little later. 56. This guy's still begging for money. He's on TV every day begging for more money. And he just ended, I read a couple articles, we'll look at it. He ended what they call their corruption watchdogs. He ended the committee in Ukraine that was tasked with looking for corruption in Ukraine. He got rid of it. He is a dictator. Zelensky's a dictator in Ukraine. All right, let me see if there's anything just briefly that number 106, before we go to break, we're going to come back. You remember Jake Sullivan? U.S. Olympic, their committee said they're banning transgender women athletes. The Olympics are going to ban transgender women athletes. I like that. Did you have this on your, what do they call it? Does this bother you when you hear bingo scorecard? Did you have this on your bingo card? I can't stand when people say that, so I'm going to say it. Number 74, I had this on my bingo card. And I will tell you in the Georgia Hour why. And I spoke to him and his wife yesterday. Kelvin King enters Secretary of State race with a shot at his unlikely rival. So he comes out immediately and he makes a comment, takes a shot at Gabriel Sterling. We'll get into that in just a minute. Gabriel Sterling may run for Secretary of State. As you well know, Secretary of State in Georgia, that's one office that will be highly contested, scrutinized, and that's going to be tough for a candidate in Georgia after Brad Raffensperger made the Georgia Secretary of State's office the most popular Secretary of State office for no good reason in the United States. Kelvin King, what say you? We'll talk about that in the Georgia Hour. We have a lot. So let me see. Let's take. Well, we know that. We'll talk about that one about 9:30. I'm just looking around to see if there's something that we want. Oh, how about this? Number 85, and then we got to go to break. This one has me all upset. I'm all upset over this. Chocolate. It's going through the roof. All right, so when we return, Trump knows they're bad people. Hillary was there. Obama was there. Biden was there. You guys remember the names? You haven't forgotten them. Glenn Simpson, Nellie Orr, right? Bruce and Nellie, Peter Strzok, Page, Lisa Page, is that her name? McCabe. We know all the names. We remember them. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Hi, folks. You know, it's like Yogi Berra said, right? It's like deja vu all over again. Now, I want people in jail. I do. I want the criminals put in jail. And I am tired of injustice in this country. And I mean injustice. I am tired of the political class, the evil, corrupt political class getting away with things on all levels, from Georgia to your state to Washington, D.C. I'm tired of all of them getting away with stuff. There's somebody in Atlanta that, accidentally ran a red light this morning, told the officer I accidentally ran it. I didn't realize, I didn't intend to run that red light, but you got the ticket and now you got to go pay $250. I'm not saying it's okay to run a red light, but next thing you know, you don't have a driver's license. I mean, the world is so upside down, and I want corrupt politicians to go to prison. I want them to go to prison. I just do. We all do. We're waiting for an arrest. Now, I'm your host, by the way, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Now, we know that John Durham was appointed, right? John Durham was appointed by, hi, Diane, how are you? We know John Durham was appointed special prosecutor by Bill Barr, to investigate the origins of the Russian hoax. They slow-walked it all the way past an election. Durham got one chintzy conviction, like a misdemeanor, and the guy's still practicing law. And then he went 0 for 2 on what I call big fish. All right. And he should have been able to close these. And he only got one right here. He only got one. And he should have been able to close these. So keep in mind, when we talk about tying Epstein, just stay here, tying Epstein, you got to keep everything. You got to keep everything in line of who these people are. the years and years and level of corruption they've been tied to. It's hand-me-down corruption. Georgia has what I call, not Georgia, well, Georgia has it too. We'll get there in a minute. But we have in this country what I call hand-me-down corruption. We reward people in government that cover up corruption. Yes, number 11. Oh, by the way, I have been identified as controversial just while we're waiting for number 11. So don't forget 2008, Epstein, and I'm going to move on from Epstein. In 2008, don't forget that Alexander Acosta had, as the Southern District of New York, the prosecutor, he had Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein could have went to prison. Witnesses could have been released. We could have released who some of the witnesses are, the victims. But this guy made a plea deal with Epstein. He got away with it. He even made the plea deal so that even if Epstein in the future, he gave him a future plea deal, in the plea deal, any future crimes, we're going to cover them now. Can't make this up. And don't forget, you cannot talk about Epstein without saying, well, then this guy becomes Secretary of Labor in the Trump administration. So who put him in there? Because remember, Trump's first cabinet, you would have never seen an RFK Jr. in Trump's first cabinet. You would never see a Pete Hegseth. You would never see a Tulsi Gabbard in Trump's first cabinet. Okay? Everybody was installed. Rex Tillerson, Bill Gates. Is that his name? Yeah, Bill Gates. He put, not the Bill Gates, Bob Gates. Is it Bob Gates? But he put Rex Tillerson in there. I'll never forget. So this guy right here was installed as Labor Secretary for cutting the Epstein deal. Got to go back to that 2008. Now, you go to John Durham, number 16. He was appointed by Bill Barr. Just want to lay this out. We did it the other day. We're going to do it again. Because Trump said Hillary was in on it. William Barr is the wrong person to lead the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. Right? Wrong person. Wrong person to investigate Jeffrey Epstein. Wrong person to what? Appoint John Durham. Give me number 17. William Barr. No coincidence. His dad is Donald Barr, he's the Dalton headmaster. He hires Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey doesn't even have a math or science degree, and he hires him as a teacher. Can't make that up. So this guy right here, number 16, Bill Barr, Attorney General, they're all corrupt. We can connect all the dots. It's like a family tree. A U.S. swamp, Washington, D.C., CIA, connections, family tree of corruption. Everybody's connected. So this guy should have never appointed. I'm hoping, because Trump said it's time to go after him. It's time to go after these people. In fact, give me this one right here. Right here, number 23. There's the claim he's in on it. I put this up. That's just a claim. John Durham spent 4 years and millions probing Russian collusion, right? Hoax. Yet somehow missed the December 8th meeting, 2015 meeting with Obama. Somehow he missed that. William Barr is the one that appointed him. Now, let's go with all of the Trump. Well, first of all, let's go with all of the Trump. We might have put this in there first. We're going to go through all of them, even if we played it in the first segment. This is MSNBC's opening video 5.
Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught. And then they did rig the election in 2020. And then because I knew I won that election by a lot, I did it a third time, and I won in a landslide. Every swing state won the popular vote. But I won that all the same way in 2020. And look at the damage that was caused.
That was President Trump yesterday ranting about several of his perceived enemies, even accusing former President Obama of treason and telling reporters it's time to go after people. The question is, are these over-the-top accusations enough to distract from the Epstein case that's actually bothering him? It comes as the Justice Department is...
Video 6. Now, there's a reason I told you yesterday. There is a reason, remember this, there's a reason that the name Marco Rubio continues to come up. He happens to be Secretary of State. He happened to get, was it 99 votes? Someone was absent, but he got like 100 votes. Nobody pushed back on him. Give me video 6.
President Trump's first term in office, the Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then Chairman Marco Rubio, the current Secretary of State, found that Russia posed a, quote, grave counterintelligence threat to the 2016 presidential election, but was not successful in actually manipulating votes themselves. Still, President Trump is suggesting the DOJ go directly after Obama.
Whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Obama's been caught directly. So people say, oh, you know, a group. It's not a group. It's Obama. His orders are on the paper. Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. You know, I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election. They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries.
Meanwhile, the
It's time to go after people. It's time to go after these people. It definitely is. I mean, that is music to my ears. This is something I really want to hear. It's time to put these people in prison. It's time to go after people. I just hope they go all the way through. I'm going to show you some things. We're going to connect some dots. You have Hunter Biden coming out. First of all, the audacity that Hunter Biden comes out. He dropped the F-bomb like 9 times in 30 seconds, like, you know, he's some big shot. The fact that he is not in prison. All right, anyhow, CNN, I want to run this one, video 10.
He again tried to divert attention from the Epstein files, this time by accusing former President Barack Obama of treason.
She found out that Barack Hussein Obama led a group of people and they cheated in the elections, and they cheated without question. What we found out is horrible, that Obama and a group of thugs cheated on the elections. They cheated violently, viciously on the elections. They're violent people. They're vicious, horrible. These are vicious, horrible people.
All right, CBS Video 13, vicious, horrible people, and then we'll start connecting some dots.
To former President Barack Obama over an intelligence report concerning his administration's investigation into allegations Russia tried to influence the 2016 election.
He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
In a rare response, the former president's office called the comments a weak attempt at distraction.
They caught President Obama absolutely cold.
His allegations came during a meeting on trade with the president of the Philippines, which resulted in a deal of...
So why do you think with President Trump, when President Trump got into office and started signing executive orders, he started putting smackdown, right? This is all tying together. Why do you think he started putting smackdown on some of these major law firms, right? Why do you think he put smackdown? I'm going to show you exactly why they really are fighting it. And he put a real smackdown on this one law firm. Trump is not going to let any of this go. So we told you there's no reason. We've got William Barr, Epstein tied to Epstein through his dad. His dad hired Epstein. There's no coincidence that Barr becomes Attorney General in Trump's administration. No coincidence that he's the one that appoints John Durham, and no coincidence that John Durham slow walks any investigation into Russia, knowing everything was a hoax, knowing the impeachment scam, everything was a hoax. And he should have had indictments lined up a mile long with these criminals. But he totally failed in the investigation, slow walked it. And what are we talking about? 2 right here. So I know you guys have seen this, number 19. And you talk about number 28. That's the chart, the Spygate chart. Talk about number 28 right here. We talk about the creation of a Russian hoax, the secret meeting. So Trump is in a campaign with Hillary Clinton. And I mean, they're doing everything. Remember, they have wiretapped. We called it wiretap. They wiretapped Trump Tower. They claimed Trump had a direct line to Russia. They claimed he had a server. And that's where this comes in. Give me number... Hillary Clinton should go to prison today. So give me number 66. So Hillary Clinton campaign, right? This is on October 31st, 2016. Hillary Clinton campaign press release statement from Jake Sullivan on new report exposing Trump's secret line of communication with Russia. So this is all getting spinned up, everything from the Russian communication, the intelligence reports. Obama is in on it. Hillary's in on it. Everybody's in on all of this Russia nonsense. But what they do is they say, this is October 2016. In response to a new report from Slate, all right? So Slate magazine comes out with this bombshell that Trump has a server, showing that the Trump organization has a secret server registered to Trump Tower that has been covertly communicating with Russia. Hillary, for the American Senior Policy Advisor, Hillary for America, Senior Policy Advisor Jake Sullivan released the following statement Monday. So Jake Sullivan, these criminals all have to be rounded up. So Jake Sullivan, Sussman, we'll get to that in a minute, Hillary Clinton, they all have a meeting. And they're going to invent this fake server in Trump Tower. So Jake Sullivan goes to Slate magazine. this could be the most direct link between Donald Trump and Moscow. So Jake Sullivan runs to Slate Magazine to say, we have evidence of Trump having a direct link to Moscow. All this Russia stuff is taken off. Computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linked to Trump's organization to a Russian bank, right? The secret hotline may be the key to unlocking the mystery of Trump's ties to Russia. So, Jake Sullivan goes to Slate. This guy here, give me number. I've read these articles so many times. Number 24. Sussman acquitted on charge brought by special counsel Durham. Sussman is the campaign attorney. So they have a meeting. Can't make this up. These people are bad people. They have a meeting, and Hillary Clinton says, somewhere in the meeting, they say, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say Trump has a server and a direct connection to Moscow. And Jake Sullivan, you're going to take it, you're going to run the narrative to the media. That's going to be your job. You go here. And Sussman, you go to the FBI as an innocent American citizen concerned about your country and your election. So you go to FBI. At the same time, you go to the media. So we'll get the media to start running this story. The FBI looking at it from a concerned citizen. Can't make this up. But we failed. Now, I'm going to go through this just a little further. Don't forget, when you read all of this, this is Jake Sullivan, 64. They get rewards. Now, Jake Sullivan just came off being national security advisor. This was Joe Biden's national security advisor. Can't make this up. And when you're a national security advisor, you have access, just like Tulsi Gabbard, to files. So he is rewarded for 4 years as Biden's national security, United States national security advisor. Then let's see, he's director of public policy planning, President Obama, right? You can't make this up. All of the rewards. Give me number 65. In 2016, Clinton presidential campaign, Sullivan was Hillary Clinton's chief foreign policy advisor. He was reported to be the only senior staffer who repeatedly suggested that Clinton should spend more time in the Midwest swing states during the election. Let's see. After the election, Sullivan confessed to feeling a keen sense of responsibility for the Clinton defeat. Former President Donald Trump sued numerous people, including Clinton and Sullivan, alleging a conspiracy by Clinton campaign to invent the Russia collusion scandal. The suit was dismissed on September 28th, 2022. This next one gets me. And on January 19, 2023, a federal judge imposed nearly $1 million in sanctions on Trump and his lawyer, Alina Habba. Wow, is she not in the news in New Jersey right now? You can't make any of this up. You cannot make up the deep state. A judge imposed nearly $1 million in sanctions on Trump and the lawyer, calling the suit completely frivolous. So Trump sued him, saying Hillary and Sullivan laid the groundwork for the Russian collusion scandal. It's all true. Every bit of it's true. That's why the 3-judge panel or whatever took Habba off as the district attorney, right, in the state of New Jersey. We'll talk about that later. Can't make any of this up. Trump told you, Clinton was in the room. They were all in on it. Jake Sullivan was just rewarded. He's been rewarded by Obama. He's been awarded by, Joe Biden. He's been awarded by Hillary Clinton. This guy right here should be in prison right this minute. And Trump sued them, saying, hey, Hillary and Jake Sullivan led the way, right? Led the way in the Russian collusion hoax. And we know that. He went to Slate magazine. Where did Sussman go? Why do you think Mark Elias, we'll get to that in a minute. Why do you think Sussman went to the FBI? Now, so at the same time, Jake Sullivan goes to Slate magazine because that was his job to lay the lies and the groundwork for Russia. Go ahead and take that down. You have the only friggin' Durham, Sussman, number 24. We brought this to you the other day. Right? We brought this to you the other day. Sussman acquitted on charges brought by special counsel. The jury acquitted him on a charge that he lied when he allegedly denied he was acting on behalf of his client in alerting the FBI claims. So Sussman, he's in a meeting with Hillary Clinton. Jake Sullivan goes to Slate. He handles the media. He gets the lies out there. He goes to the FBI. Can't make any of this up. He goes to the FBI. Now, allegedly, he doesn't tell the FBI he's an attorney working for the Clinton campaign. Because that's a lie. That's against the rules. You have to tell the FBI you're there on behalf of a candidate. The FBI can't sit in the room with your attorney and listen to you make an accusation. They have to review it a whole different way if you're the campaign's attorney. But he comes as Sussman, concerned citizen, American citizen. I'm here for the good of my country. I'm not here as anyone's attorney. I'm not here on behalf. So his job, get this in the ears of the FBI. Jake Sullivan, get it in the ears of the media. Now, I don't have time to go through this, but who did he take it to? Number 26. He takes it to James Baker, the FBI. James Baker, lawyer, fired by Elon Musk, played key role in FBI's Trump-Russia collusion. So James Baker's the FBI agent. Right here he is, number 27. And FBI investigation right there, James Baker. That's who Sussman goes to. Now, can't make this up. It all ties together. You heard about the lawsuit that Trump brought. They dismissed it in 2023, saying it was frivolous. It's just frivolous, right? Frivolous. Judge said this. Because I'm going to tie all this together this morning. This guy here. Can't make this up. So let's look at... Where's my New York Post article? I know I have it here somewhere. Give me 67. So this article comes September 23rd, 2021. Did Jake Sullivan commit perjury? Emails reveal lie on Trump. Jake Sullivan, number 68 National Security Advisor in the Biden administration, may be guilty of perjury related to the Hillary Clinton campaign's dirty tricks against Donald Trump. Last week, Michael A. Sussman, a partner at Perkins Coie. Now, a lot of people don't realize when Trump got back into office, he started signing those executive orders. A lot of people don't realize Perkins Coie's on the list. They were fighting that. Trump knows. Michael Sussman, Perkins Coie, a law firm representing the Clinton campaign and the Democrat National Committee, was indicted by the federal grand jury on the grounds of making false statements to the FBI about his clients and their motives behind planting the rumor at the highest levels of the FBI of a secret Trump-Russia server. So don't forget, Jake Sullivan goes Slate Magazine, right? He was indicted for making a false statement. Now, he didn't get convicted. Durham could not convict him, but the grand jury indicted him for planting a rumor. He goes to the FBI, remember? At the highest levels of the FBI. This guy at Perkins Coie, Sussman, he goes to the FBI, James Baker. This guy over here, Jake Sullivan, goes to the media, Hillary Clinton. One of the campaigns, the indictment states that Sussman, as well as the cyber experts recruiting for the operation, coordinated with representatives and agents of Clinton's campaign with regard to data and written materials that Sussman gave the FBI and the media. Hey, you take these flash drives over to the FBI. You take some flash drives over to Slate. You take some flash drives. We're going to look real legit here. Whew. One of the campaign agents was Sullivan, according to the emails the special counsel John Durham obtained just 4 days before Sussman handed off the materials to the FBI. Mark Elias, Sussman's law partner and fellow Democrat Party operative, exchanged emails with Clinton campaign foreign policy advisor concerning Russian bank allegations. So they were all talking about it. It was a game plan. Perkins Coie, Mark Elias, Sussman. Sussman goes to the FBI. Oh, I'm not coming here as an attorney. That would be a much different capacity. But really he was. When we uncovered that he was in discussions with Sullivan, like, are you handling your side? I'm handling mine. Let's see. Can't go too far into that, running out of time. Okay, so here, number 70. Now, Jake Sullivan also testified that he didn't know. He lied. He testified, number 70, that he testified he didn't know Perkins Coie, the law firm where Mark Elias and Sussman were partners, were working for the Clinton campaign until October of 2017, when it was reported in the media as part of stories revealing the campaign contract with Fusion, which also produced the so-called Steele dossier. Now, I could do another 2 hours on this. And let me see. I just read you the campaign. Give me number 71. I just read this to you in the release. Sullivan put out a written campaign statement that claimed Trump and Russia had set up a secret hotline. And here you go, number 66. And here it is, the campaign press release from Jake Sullivan. So, Mark Elias, Perkins Coie, his partner, Sussman, who was indicted. Now, people think that Trump just wants to get even with people. Well, he just wants to get even with people. No, we cannot let this go. We can't let it go. It was from the top. Obama was working with Hillary trying to get her elected. Hillary's in on it. Biden was in on it. Sussman, that's why the executive orders now, a lot of those executive orders, I don't want to say this may not have made sense to some, but when Trump held up, hey, Perkins Coie, you can no longer, practice in federal court or whatever it said, and they freaked out. Remember, a judge said that in 2023, when Trump brought, with his attorney, when he brought a case against the Clinton campaign, that it was a frivolous lawsuit. Sullivan goes to the media. Sussman goes to the FBI. Durham indicts Sussman. Can't get a conviction. I mean, this is open shut. Can't get a conviction. Jake Sullivan over the FBI. I mean, what's his name? I just lost his name. Jim Baker over at the FBI. Right here, number 27. He pretends. What's he pretend? Well, that's my opinion. He pretends that he accepts that Sussman's not part of the DNC or Hillary Clinton's campaign, that Sussman's not there as an attorney, right? James Baker with the FBI, they run their side of it. When he gets done, he gets what? Number 26, he gets awarded, and this is what gets me, is every time you get mad at Elon Musk, remember what Elon Musk did with Twitter and Matt Taibbi. Don't forget what Elon Musk did with Twitter and Matt Taibbi. James Baker, Twitter lawyer. Musk fired him. When they went through the Twitter files, right, Baker was fired by Musk over suppression of Hunter Biden's laptop. So Matt Taibbi goes in, you got the Twitter files. James Baker goes from the FBI to Twitter. His reward and his new job is to cover up and suppress Hunter Biden's laptop. You can't make any of this up. Every one of these criminals are tied together. But what's Elon Musk do? He fires him right out of the box. Because James Baker's over there. Give me number 18. Right? James Baker's over there. Number 18. At Twitter, helping suppress Hunter Biden's laptop. And you have the spies who lie that say the laptop is what? Oh, it's your typical Russian propaganda. right? Oh, you can't make any of this up. These people are bad. They're evil. And remember what the judge said in 2023 when Trump and his attorney fired, right? No, Trump and his attorney, what the judge said, Trump sued for $1 million. The judge threw it out, give me number 43, as a frivolous lawsuit through Trump and his attorney. Who was the attorney in 2023? MAGA strikes back with vengeance after poster girl Elena Haba dramatic ousting. Now, the judges on the New Jersey panel, give me 44. All right, the MAGA movement erupted in fury on Tuesday after Elena Haba was abruptly ousted from her role in New Jersey's top federal prosecutor by the Trump allies are calling the group a rogue set of judges. So the judges, she's on a 120-day appointment. A panel of mostly Democrat-appointed judges bypassed Haba and installed her deputy. And this is her deputy right here, number 45. What's her name? Grace. That's the deputy. So go back, connect these dots. Trump sues Hillary Clinton and Jake Sullivan, his attorney, Haba, for $1 million, claiming the whole Russian hoax, that they're the origin for $1 million. The judge throws it out as what? A frivolous lawsuit. And now they have the nerve to say hang tight, I have it here. I should have had my numbers ready. Frivolous lawsuit. You can't make it up tying all these people together. Number 102. We're all the way back to Obama's office. Right? Treason. Obama calls Trump's treason allegations bizarre. Yes. They're bizarre. We want people put in jail. That's what we want. We want them put in jail. Bottom line. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Diane, give me video 9. Ozzy died yesterday. All aboard. What did you have some favorite Ozzy tunes? I liked Randy Rhoads. I like when Ozzy and Randy Rhoads worked together. I really did. Randy Rhoads, wow, what a guitarist. And I liked that era, but I'm really a Black Sabbath guys. I like Sweet Leaf, The Wizard. I do like Crazy Train. I like Going Through Changes. My favorite is Fairies Wear Boots. You gotta believe me. I seen it, Doc. I seen it. Fairy. I looked in a window. A fairy wearing boots was dancing with a dwarf. I'm telling you, Doc, it happened. I was walking home late one night. You sure you weren't smoking and tripping? I'm sorry. So anyhow, Ozzy is dead now. So give me video 3. What say you?
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Are you? I mean, are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein now? Thank you very much. The live chat at 10 o'clock, we'll have the Georgia Hour, and I'm working on something here. We have some candidates going to be running for office. We have to start vetting those candidates. You're going to help me with that. Yeah, I know whether you know it or not, you're going to help me with that. We're going to make some decisions on the best candidates for these offices in Georgia that we could possibly make some changes in this state necessary and not give it to the Democrats. But that being said, the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. I appreciate the live chat. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the live chat. Diane sends me a screenshot every day of the live chat. So all the nice messages you put on there, the questions, I read all of them as soon as I'm able to go to that screen and read them, and I appreciate that. And so I want to know from you. Let me show you a couple things, okay? So are you still talking about Epstein? Yes. Now, they want you to believe that Obama, Tulsi Gabbard, remember Tulsi Gabbard is supposed to drop some new information today. Yes, she's supposed to drop some new information. Where's my Tulsi Gabbard graphic? Number 21. Remember, Tulsi said that she took everything she has to the DOJ, right? And that the DOJ, right, their goal, they wanted to get rid of Trump, no matter how powerful every person involved in the conspiracy, Sussman, Jake Sullivan, Hillary Clinton, right, Jim Baker, the 51 spies that lied. No matter how powerful, every person involved in the conspiracy must be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I agree with that. So she said they're going to drop some more documents today for the DOJ. All right. And that's coming out. But they want you to believe that this is just bizarre and there's nothing to see here. So I have a question for you. Give me video. Let's look at some of the videos here. Video 8, CNN.
July 23rd, 5 a.m. here in Washington, D.C., and straight ahead on Early Start.
I don't think this issue is going away over August.
This transcends politics. This is about 13, 14, 15-year-old girls getting abused. Nah, this is above politics. This is beyond politics.
The leader of the gang was President Obama. Obama and a group of thugs cheated on the elections. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason.
So number 57, this is not going away. So Congress adjourns early. Mike Johnson says, everybody go home. What's his name? Over in Kentucky. What's that guy's name over in Kentucky? Boy, I'm slipping today. It must be Wednesday. I slip on Wednesdays. What is that guy's name over in Kentucky? Anyhow.
Thomas Massey.
Thomas Massey, thank you. I love when I hear a voice from above. It helps me out when I hear voices. Ooh, don't play that. They're gonna crop that out. That might be in one of those Black Sabbath lyrics. But anyhow, Thomas Massey trying to force a vote that would release the Epstein file completely. Trump's very upset about it. So they are pulling a little bit of a power play here. And are you thinking they're trying to satisfy people? Is this going away? Because he said in August, everybody's going home. Everybody's going home. Everybody's going to their town hall meetings. They're all going to go to their town hall meetings, right? And when you get to the town hall meetings, people are going to be yelling about Epstein. It's going to take up the oxygen in the room. Hopefully, it will not. And we shall see. It's not going away. Now, this is Deputy Attorney General is seeking to meet with Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. So he's going to go to the prison. This was Trump's personal attorney. All right, this is Trump's personal attorney. He's going to go to the prison and meet with her and discuss maybe her testifying before Congress. So this is a claim. Don't shoot the messenger. This is a claim. They say whistleblowers out of the Department of Justice have gone to Democrats. Now they claim whistleblowers, Video 7, have gone to Democrats. Go ahead, Video 7.
We should note that one of the things that, whistleblowers apparently went to Democratic members of Congress about was that when they were spending all this time going through these files again, these FBI agents that were pulled off of other tasks to look at these files once again at the beginning of the year, they were told to flag anything that mentioned Trump. That's coming from the administration. Now, that's certainly within the realm of possibility here, because you do have such focus and such a close alignment between the Justice Department and the White House in a way that we have never seen since Watergate. So I think that.
All right, so the number 89, CNN says Trump struggles to divert attention from the Epstein story. All right. Number 9, Speaker shuts down House to block vote 90 to block vote on Epstein files. There he is, number 19, Mike Johnson. Here's Thomas Massey, number 92 from Kentucky, trying to push, hey, we need to stay here and vote. 96, deflecting Epstein questions. Trump urges Department of Justice to go after Obama. Deflecting the questions. 97, House Speaker Mike Johnson sends lawmakers home early. Number 98, The Hill, Mike Johnson swipes at GOP's Massey, bless your heart. and 100. So he's going over to meet with her to talk about testifying. What say you? How do you feel about this? Now, the claim is that whistleblowers from the Department of Justice went to Democrats claiming they were told to flag anything that said Trump. Anything. I need to know, what do you think about this? Why would she tell something now that she's not given us in the past? And who will tell her? Will she just pick and choose what she wants to say? I mean, really, will she? So, and you know the grand jury testimony will probably never be unsealed. It's private. The grand jury testimony on Jeffrey Epstein's case will probably not be unsealed. She probably will not tell us something we don't know. What kind of deal is she making to get out of jail? There's a lot spinning around this. All right, look, we're going to come back. We got a couple more things. I'm working on a story for the Georgia Hour that we need to do before we close out the first part of our show, BKP Politics. We'll be back right after these messages.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender, we take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Number one, hi, Diane. How are you? Good. I'm glad to hear it. Number one, MAGA. You will see over August, the August recess that Congress is going to be into. It is July 23rd at town halls across the country. How many lanes are there? I mean, how can one group say, I'm MAGA and I support this, and I'm MAGA and I believe this, and I'm MAGA and I disagree with that? So we'll talk a little more about party divide in the Georgia Hour at 10 o'clock. Now, right here, I brought this up earlier this morning. You hear, let's see, give me number 53. Just want to give you some highlights on a couple things that's happening here. Apparently Thursday, there's going to be a meeting. White House Deputy Chief of Staff James Blair, Budget Director Russell Voigt, and Federal Housing Finance Agency Director Bill Pulte will be among those visiting the Federal Reserve on Thursday. What's his name? Jerome Powell. So they'll be visiting Jerome Powell Thursday. And the Federal Reserve, as I've said before, you have to understand, there's nothing federal about the Federal Reserve. Give me 86. Now, this guy's term at the Federal Reserve is up in May. So I'm not for sure. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, and Pulte, there's been some pressure put on Jerome Powell, not from just Donald Trump. If you want to stay, stay. But if you want to leave early, go ahead and leave early. We're okay with that. He may be there till May. So I don't know what Jerome Powell's going to do. We could use an interest rate cut. We could. And Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, has until May, and Trump will get the opportunity. I think it's a 10-year term, right? Trump will get the opportunity to appoint the next Fed chair. Let's not forget, Trump appointed him. Now, we have, I think this is it. Let me see if number 47. Yes. I like everything about this. This is hidden, as we call it, in the stack of stuff, number 47. But Trump is calling for no capital gains on home sales. And I absolutely love that. How important is it we have no tax on home sales, capital gains, to unleash the housing market in this country? A reporter asked Trump in the Oval Office Tuesday. Well, we're thinking about that, Trump replied, but would also unleash it just by lowering the interest rates. If the Fed would lower the rates, we would even have that too. Now, Trump has talked about floating the ending capital gains tax on home sales. And I like everything about that because in the old days, we'll go with the old days, you used to have to save up a down payment. You put it down. You have a monthly payment. And in the monthly payment, you're paying interest. You're paying interest. And if you got a 30-year loan, not only are you paying interest to some bank, that's okay, you borrowed the money, you're paying property tax. And you pay property tax every year, based on the value that they assess your home. Right? So your first property tax, you bought the home for X. I think it's based on 40% of the assessment, and you pay your property tax. You live there for 30 years. You bought the house for $100,000. Just stay there with it for $100,000. Now they come out and they assess it for $325,000. You got to pay tax on the assessment. You've never moved. You've never done nothing with the property. But you have to pay tax now on the assessment of what they think it's worth. Taxes is horrible, and it's a scam. All right? Then on top of that, if you sell the property, because most people, a lot of people in America, their retirement was their home. You sell the property, now you have to pay an enormous capital gains. You bought the house for $100,000. You sold it for $400,000. You gained $300,000. You got to pay now this enormous capital gains tax. Pay property tax your whole life. Now a capital gains. This is how much money I made. You see, you didn't make any money off the property. You didn't. What do you mean? It was $100,000, now it's $300,000. Right. So what they're telling you is the tangible piece of property in the home that you had the day you bought is now worth this, meaning your $100,000 is now 300,000. You didn't gain anything in this transaction according to the value of your money, according to them. You didn't. Go back 30 years, the house is 100,000. Up at 30 years is 300,000. That's the increase. You ever hear somebody say in the 1800s they had $500 million? $500,000, what that would be worth today, right? That's all that is. You don't get a depreciation on it by saying, hey, well, you call it 300,000, but if you take the 100,000 on the date I bought it and you translate that into what it would be worth today, then you take the assessment you have and minus that. How about I pay tax on the difference? It's just, you can't make that up. They tax you from every side. I just love everything about talking about ending capital gains tax. Citizenship, I told you this the other day, GOP representative leading mass amnesty bill. This is Maria Elvira Salazar, number 52. She has a bill called the Dignity Act. What do you say? Now, don't yell at me. Got it? Don't yell at me. What do you say? Are you in the send everybody? Are you in the don't yell at me? I feel it already. I'm not advocating for anything. They broke the law. They came here illegally. I don't know why the rewards. But do you send all 300? Do you send all 30 million back? Do you? Do you give people that are working every day somewhere that, are working hard and have no criminal record? Do you give them an opportunity to stay and work with no chance of ever voting or counting in a census or anything of that nature? I don't know. I want to hear from you. What do you say? The Dignity Act, number 58. Trump signed an enormous deal with Japan on trade. People continue to discuss the trade about Trump. Trump was in the Oval Office yesterday and signed an enormous deal, an amazing deal on trade. Right? So let me see. I want my favorites here before I go, Diane, because I'm right up at 9:50. I only got 5 minutes, and I'm not leaving without my favorites. Let's see. First of all, give me this, the kids vac with RFK Jr. Give me video 11. I had that. I've been wanting to play that video 11.
Hi, everybody. I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS Secretary, and I'm here today with NIH Director Dr. Jay Bhattacharya and FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary. I couldn't be more pleased to announce that as of today, the COVID vaccine for healthy children and healthy pregnant women has been removed from the CDC recommended immunization schedule. Last year, the Biden administration urged healthy children to get yet another COVID shot despite the lack of any clinical data to support the repeat booster strategy in children.
That ends today. It's common sense and it's good science.
There's no evidence healthy kids need it today, and most countries have stopped recommending it for children.
We're now one step closer to realizing President Trump's promise to make America healthy again.
Produced by the U.S. Department.
All right, folks, I wanted you to see that. And also, be careful out there. It's dangerous. Well, you know what I mean. It is. It's dangerous. Be careful out there. Where do we have it? I know I have it. Just stay with me. Maybe it's in these right here. Yeah, give me number 87. Be careful out there. Right. COVID-19 cases are on the rise. Just watch your step. There's COVID out there. All right, folks. Give me my favorites. If anyone disagrees, these are my two favorites. I'm playing them every day. Give me, if anyone disagrees, video 2.
Anyone who disagrees with anything I say is banished.
Bottom line, and my all-time favorite, video 1.
If you talk about this, I'm going to excommunicate you. Well, you're not the Pope, bro.
You're not the Pope, bro. You're not the Pope. So we're going to take a break. We're going to be back at 10 o'clock at the top of the hour. Right at the top of the hour, we'll be here. And that's when we start the Georgia hour. So join us at 10 o'clock in about 8 minutes for the Georgia hour. Diane, let's take a break and get ready.
Massive truck discounts are back at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Up to $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 2500s. Don't wait. Get them before they're gone. $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. $5,000 off Silverado 2500s at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
Massive truck discounts are back at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Up to $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. Up to $5,000 off Silverado 2500s. Don't wait. Get them before they're gone. $10,000 off Silverado 1500s. $5,000 off Silverado 2500s at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. It's time for the Georgia Hour. Trying to put everything together here. The Georgia Hour. I appreciate the live chat. If there's text messages you want to send, our number's on the screen. If there's information concerning the state of Georgia, every day. Let me slow down. I need a shot of something, don't I? Oh, there we go. So We started this program called the Georgia Hour, and I'm your host, BKP, and it's on Voice of Rural America, and we always say hello, Diane. And our intention when we started the Georgia Hour was to, going into 2026, let me give you the layout for the show. In 2026, we wanted to be prepared for every announcement that came our way, as far as who's running for office. We have in Georgia, we have a U.S. Senate seat, John Ossoff, and we're trying to remove him and send him back to California, trying to put a Republican in D.C. in place of John Ossoff. Then in Georgia here, we have all of our constitutional officers are elected. Some states, your Secretary of State is appointed by the governor. There's different offices. Even your Department of Education is structured different. But in Georgia, we have a constitutional office from top to bottom. We have a governor, and they're all at the same time. We do not have anything staggered. So what we end up with in Georgia is we end up with every 8 years, basically a totally open slate, because our governor is a two-term limit in Georgia. So what ends up happening, and if you go back and look at the history, at least the recent history for the last 24 years, we'll say, you don't have a flip after first term. And the reason I say that, most constitutional officers in Georgia run 2 terms. And if they want to get set up for their next leg up, in Georgia, we have a promotion system for those. And it's called the governor appoints them to something else. Exactly. So if you want to, if you need to resign to make way for the governor to put someone in there for the promotion, it's just really interesting how it works in Georgia. But let me get back to this. The show was designed because we have all of our constitutional officers, the governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state. That's going to be a large one, right? We have our attorney general, and we'd like to get an attorney general that will work and defend us here in Georgia, but also support our president of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Also not allow elections to be stolen. The next Secretary of State has to prepare for 2028. In the state of Georgia, the Secretary of State, which is elected, has to be ready for 2028. So we're going to elect a Secretary of State in 2026. The Secretary of State that we elect is going to play a role in our next election system, our voting system that we use, and then has to be in charge of 2028. Keep that in mind. Then we have our, again, Attorney General, and we have our Insurance Commissioner, and we have Board of Education. So that was the intent, to go through, vet candidates, look at the day-to-day political things that are happening in Georgia, and then all of a sudden we were thrown the Georgia Republican Party state convention with new officers, which was rigged from day one. We fought that election all the way through. We highlighted the financial mess. The Georgia GOP chairman, Josh McCoon, using the Georgia GOP credit card for personal uses, dry cleaning, and others, right? And we went right from that into a $140 million Ponzi scheme by a family a complete family that's totally surrounded by First Liberty Building and Loan, the Frost family, very woven into the fabric of the Georgia GOP Inc. to where we're at today. Now, so let me say this. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So yesterday, when I talk to attorneys, they speak to me and they read the report from the receiver, Mr. Hayes, with the language of an attorney. When I talk to an accountant or someone like that, they look at it with the language of how an accountant would read it. So I piece it together with everything and everyone I talk to, I piece it together to see what it really means. And I'm going to show you that in just a minute. Today, we have yet another. Diane, I sent you some more pics. Did you see them? I got 122, if you don't mind. Did you get those? I didn't tell you I sent them over, so I don't know if you got them. But today, the AJC. So I told you this yesterday. A lawmaker, I was texting a lawmaker about this, and a lawmaker said to me, I said, this is a real mess. We got a problem, 2026. We got to clean this up. We got to get some people out of the way. We've got to clean house. We have to shut this up. And the lawmaker said to me, what percentage of the population of Georgia know who the Frost family, who's the Frost family? How many know the Frost family? What's the percentage of the population in Georgia that know the Frost family? And I said, okay. Well, let me say this. Did you get those? I know you gotta fit them all in there. So if you didn't get them, I just need to know if you got them. If you got them, I can keep tap dancing here until you get 122 ready for us. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate you very much. I sent those over right before we started this segment. So I said to the lawmaker, I sent a message back and I said, well, I don't know the percentage of the population in Georgia that know the Frost family, but I can tell you this, the AJC and others are sure as hell trying to make sure, or they're trying to make sure everybody in Georgia knows the Frost family, a little bit about them. So the AJC, once again, July 23rd, that would be today, 2025, they take a turn today and they highlight the media. First Liberty sold faith and MAGA loyalty, how conservative media helped. Now, I understand that there's well, let's just say, I don't want to call it an investigation. That would be a strong word because I don't know. But I understand media is being looked at because they didn't just say, hey, like a commercial. You know, I didn't realize this, and I have to tell you, going way back, this is in the way back machine. I didn't realize years ago, like, what was it, the 90s? What was it, when Rush would go to commercial and they would have all these advertisements about gold, buying gold. And the only thing they would say, you never heard Rush Limbaugh's voice, but you would hear as heard as heard on the Rush Limbaugh show or something like that, right? But you never heard his voice and you never heard him say, you should buy these. And I've brought that up in the past. when you step over the line, all right, and you start getting personal, and that is where the AJC is coming from today. So give me this one here, number 120. You're going to see, and we're not going to get stuck here. I want to go over something else. 120, right? Some guests said Frost should be exiled from the Georgia GOP politics entirely. Others urged patience while the courts sort things out. Fredericks called the SEC allegations very disturbing and said his main concern is the victims. Fredericks once pitched First Liberty as a way to help out American First MAGA patriots. But in an interview this week, he said he now feels absolutely, totally betrayed by the family. So that's what John Fredericks said. Now, Fredericks, I don't know John Fredericks 109. I don't know how much money he received from the Frost family. I wonder if absolutely, totally betrayed, give me 109, means that he's going to say, you know, we helped them put this out. We led people to believe they're okay. See, John says, I'm just totally taken back. I just feel I'm totally taken back because these are my words in the description of Mr. John Fredericks. I'm so damn dumb. I really think people get 13 to 18% interest on something. I never seen this coming. Okay. So here is one of John's favorites there. There's Brant Frost, the far one with the red tie. Now, I got to go back. I've been calling him 3 sheets of white. I got a complaint yesterday. They're very upset. They want the albino rhino. Because they say I get to rolling and they don't know who I'm describing. So we're going to go back to the guy on the very end with glasses and the red tie is the albino rhino, Brant Frost the fifth. Then you have Josh McCoon, right? And here is the entire team that John Fredericks endorsed that's in 2023 for state officers. So not only has John Fredericks felt he's been duped by the family, and his biggest concern is the victims. This guy's perpetrated, this guy has been involved in helping push so many lies entangled. This is the weave I'm trying to tell you about. All right? Well, the Georgia GOP gave the money back yesterday. What's the big deal? No. I will get into why they gave the money back and what's going on there. I will get into that in just a minute. But these people have all been woven in such fabric of lies. So I don't know. You could tell me, I don't know who's telling you the truth. Now, Sally Grubbs, first vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party, came out yesterday and made a statement after Chairman McCoon and the Georgia Republican Party chairman and said she had never invested in First Liberty Building and Loan. She had never invested there. She worked hard for her money and she didn't invest it. And I've said on this program over and over, if she wanted to send me a statement or put a statement out, I would read it. But what I also will do is tell you that she may not do it to you, but she has looked me right in the eye and lied. Now, I'm not saying that's a lie. I'm just saying she will. Sally Grubbs can't be trusted. She will lie. She's a mole. I've called her a mole. She sits in meetings. She'll go to meetings and sit in there so she can report back. That Josh McCoon, on the other hand, the chairman, you can't trust what he says. They're all woven in lies, all right, every last one of them. So today, they go from there to give me 119. I'll probably move away from this for just a minute because I want to get into some things from yesterday. I don't know how much of this I will do, but that's John Fredericks. All right. And you have First Liberty was also an advisor. First Liberty was also an advertiser on the Eric Erickson show, where Eric Erickson described the family as active in the conservative politics here in Georgia, a good Christian family. I do know the Frost family, and I have known them for years. They're good people. Erickson once said in 2020, while talking about First Liberty as a sponsor on his show, be sure to tell them I sent you, and they will treat you right. Erickson declined to comment. All right, so Eric Erickson, Charlie Kirk, right? Hugh Hewitt, John Fredericks. They were not, the Frost family, First Liberty, Building and Loan were not just advertisers on these programs. These programs stepped up a notch and most of them gave personal, right, endorsements of these people. Now, they are woven in the Georgia GOP. So yesterday, the receiver, now, for 10 days, so go ahead and take that down. Number 4, this is Josh McCoon, Georgia Republican Party chairman, and first vice chair, Sally Grubbs. They both have looked me in the eye and lied. They have lied to me before. So would they lie to you? If they would lie to me, probably would lie to you. They can't be trusted. And people get angry with that. So yesterday, we know, give me number, right, number 9, we know that the Frost, the fourth, dad, entered a consent judgment. And in the consent judgment, Frost the fourth basically accepted everything. I'll do anything. I'll give you the keys. I'll give you the access to the books. Okay? Every single thing. I did it all. My family didn't do it. He went, here's a consent judgment. And I can't say because I'm not an attorney, but in general, a consent judgment says, I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to cooperate. When there's depositions, I'm going to come to them. I'm going to give you names of people you maybe should depose. When you want to sit down and ask me about assets, when you want to sit down and ask me about loans, there's a lot of loans out on the books, folks, that they make. These people, I have to say, in my opinion, because attorneys are standing by, trust me, everybody has lawyered up. Everybody has lawyered up. Everybody. This is a Georgia political 2026 disaster that can be solved. Now, some people think that Josh McCoon put on his angel wings yesterday and they elevated him up, okay? But I'm going to tell you what really happened there yesterday. Oh, it's amazing. We must move on now. Josh has shown the integrity. Josh has shown the Georgia Republican Party how you could trust, and he will do the moral, ethical, the right thing. I mean, it's just amazing what Josh has done. Bullshit. Okay? So anyhow, they're all lawyered up. Josh didn't do anything amazing. Everybody's lawyered up. This is not a ticking time bomb. This is landmines everywhere. A ticking time bomb explodes. Boom. This thing ain't ticking, Jack. This is step by step landmines. They're all over. And the AJC and others are there's going to be developments 2 and 3 a week at the most, where people come out and tell their story, where people go on shows and tell their story, where people talk about Brant Frost the Fifth. that they totally dealt with him. He drew up all the paperwork. We've hearing these stories. When will it lead back to certain people? You cannot separate the GOP. Now I'm going to get into this a little more, but you cannot. I keep hearing, well, once we give back the 36,000, we could kindly breathe a sigh of relief that, don't look at us anymore. You cannot look at the Georgia GOP Inc. anywhere in there and not say these people are not woven in the fabric that Josh McCoon, their very close friend. You see, Josh McCoon's not chairman if you're out there in America and the Frost family are over here and they're just good Republican voters. The Frost family, Mike Crane, Josh McCoon, they are close, very close. So as investigations go forward and a couple stories come out every week, start looking for someone will be a whistleblower soon. Soon there'll be a whistleblower Soon a whistleblower will go to the this is speculation. Soon a whistleblower, it won't be long, will go to the receiver or the FBI and say, the FBI scares the SHI asterisk out of people. And I have not heard about any FBI interviews yet. But this is across state lines. There's federal jurisdictions involved outside of this one here. This is mail fraud. This is across state lines. They have investors in different states. They have politicians in different states. State of Alabama is opening an investigation. The state of Georgia, not just the FBI's Secretary of State's office, Brad Raffensperger. Now, I'm not going to say Brad Raffensperger would do anything for spite. I'm not going to say Brad Raffensperger would do something considering who they are. But I sit here today and I've been investigated for 10 damn years because they don't like what I say about them. And you have to talk about this is the Frost family that was trying to get Raffensperger removed. And Raffensperger has the power of the Secretary of State's office in Georgia to investigate them. So all of that's happening. Whistleblower will come before too long and start talking when the FBI comes in. And will they come in? I got to go with a 99. If they don't come in, hey, there you go. I will have a dozen eggs on my face because how can they not come into this investigation after reading what the receiver said and everything involved? So what this is the consent judgment. Let me explain this is he's going to cooperate with everything. No matter what happens, he's going to sit down and talk to them. So when they start talking about assets, they start talking about, hey, we're going to bring in some people from the Georgia Republican Party that you solicited, and we're going to talk to them. Can you tell us some stuff here? And hey, this person that has political ties. Because anytime you have politics swirling around, right? Ask President Trump this. Anytime you have politics swirling around something like this, somebody always throws in quid pro quo. Someone has to do it, right? I mean, someone will always throw in, when you gave this politician money, was there a quid pro quo for it? Right, Candace? I mean, I don't know. Just saying. There's a possibility, right? So you gotta look at that. It's out there. I'm not saying it's happened. But see, this receiver, if you read 16 pages, right? He doesn't say there's quid pro quo, but he says, we got a lot to look at. We got to do a forensic. We got to go through the banks. When we start going through the banks, we're going to start seeing things. You know that. They got to open the mail. They're going to have to sit down. You can't tell me no politician invested. You can't tell me none. You can't tell me no one with the Georgia GOP Inc. Now, I don't know that Josh McCoon. Now, Sally Grubbs made a statement yesterday. And to her credit, and I don't give Sally Grubbs credit for nothing, damn it, nothing at all. But to her credit, she made a statement that she never invested. Can you find me the statement from Chairman Josh McCoon telling us he never invested? Now, that may come this afternoon. I mean, they all watch the program. In any way, shape, or form, has Josh McCoon come out and said, I never invested anything, or I never encouraged anyone to go see them? Go see my friends. They'll put you in a nice car today, right? I don't know. Did he make that statement yet? Because Josh is a lawyer. You see, the statement that came out yesterday and the check that came out, that's all lawyering up. I'll explain in a minute. Don't go nowhere. I'll get to it. Right? So this consent judgment basically says, you're going to work with us. Then, boom. Somebody set down George Bailey, right? Is that what they called him? Somebody set down Brant Frost IV and said, we got a problem. I'm paraphrasing. Is that correct? Would you say paraphrasing? So then, just like that, boom. Where's my... Number 14. Brant Frost IV pleads the Fifth. Brant Frost IV pleads the Fifth. All right, so now keep in mind, a receiver's in place for 10 days. Now they're going to brag. The Georgia GOP Inc. is going to brag, well, only 10 days after a receiver was appointed. Now, you and I, right? Let's say you're out there and you're Jack Schmo somewhere and you're running for, dog catcher in Schmoville. And you get a check from the Frost. All right? I think some of them are up Schitt's Creek. I had to throw that in there. So let's just say you're mayor of Schitt's Creek and you get a check for $3,500 from the Frost family, right? And you're looking at it and you say, I like it. I'm going to buy signs. I'm going to buy advertising. I'm going to get my name on the radio. And I'm going to get my face on a billboard, right? That's what you do. So you spend the $3,500. So next thing you know, you're at the Schitt's Creek local diner and a guy said, did you see this in the paper this morning? What? Well, the Frost family has a $140 million Ponzi scheme. What? They gave me $3,500. I didn't win. I don't have a dime to my name. I can't even buy this coffee. What do? I don't know. So that's out there. It's out there. There's people who got money. They don't know what to do. Right? What's a receiver? I just give you a little time to put the joke in there. I'm not doing the joke. You do the joke. What's a receiver, right? I don't know. So there's the person out there that got money from the Frost family. Frost family is in there twice. And they don't know exactly what to do with it. They don't know how to handle it. Do they just write a check and send it back? Do they call their attorney? Do they have to get a release? Does the attorney say, look, you send it back, but you tell the receiver, let me call. You tell the receiver, I want to. You don't know what to do. This is all new to you. And the reason I said that is It's not to Josh McCoon. It's not to Alex Kaufman. All right? It's not to Alex Kaufman. Nothing's confusing here. So on the same day, Brad Raffensperger, Secretary of State, sent his money back and made a comment the day before, I'm sending the money back, right? George, he knew he could just send it back to the receiver. He knew that, and he did. The Georgia GOP, they act like that it took forever to find it. Well, 10 days. Let me tell you something. This day and age, I'm going to say this to you. This day and age, if you are working on a system that you don't have nomenclature, that you can put a search and just put Frost, First Liberty or something and hit search and everything come up and total it at about 15 minutes, everybody in the place should be fired. So it didn't take 10 days to figure this out. And on day one, when the receiver was appointed, Josh is an attorney, right? Alex Kaufman's an attorney. They could have called the receiver up. Receiver said, look, here's what we want to do. Figure out what you have. We'll go from there and send it in and let us know what time period it covers and basically maybe give us a chart of what donations you received. But they waited 10 days, right? What did they wait for? They waited for him to plead the fifth, right? Oh, this is no coincidence. They waited for the dad to plead the fifth. Got it? He pled the fifth. Then, what'd they wait for? Number 15. Oh, I'm going to show you exactly everything going on here. 15. The Georgia Republican Party is not on the up and up. If you see all of those, this is a great start. Oh, thank you, Josh. Oh, Josh, you're amazing. Thank God. We'll clear that up. Okay, so he pleads the fifth. Now, what does the receiver do? He gives us a status report. You can read this status report 7-8 times. The very first status report is devastating. Devastating. The status report. Mail stuck in filing cabinets, never been opened. Books are a disaster. You see, when I say my allegedly, I want to make sure because, like I said, everybody's lawyered up. But in my humble opinion, as a guy that I wish I would have went, to law school, so I can't make a legal judgment. The Frost family are the worst kind. Is there a good crook? They are the worst kind of crook to me from end to end. These people are despicable. These people are exactly what President Trump described yesterday when it comes to Obama, Hillary. How can you say that? They're conservatives. No, they're not. According to what's alleged and according to what may go down, they are crooks, damn it. They are flat out possibly going to be convicted, possibly indicted, possibly serve time. They are corrupt as hell from end to end. They've got loans. Did you read it? Did you read it? Read the nursing home. What is it? I mean, I don't have it in front of me where the people that borrowed the money from the Frost for the nursing home, it's been paid off for how long? They can't get their deed. Now, I'm hearing stories because they're out there. I'm hearing stories that the Frost family, now this is what I hear, all right, till it's proven in court, because these are people that are coming forward. I'm hearing stories that they took, this is what I hear, that someone went in to get a loan. They loaned them the money. Then they came to you and said, hey, will you help us fund the loan and invest? You'll get 1% back. They paid off their property or whatever, paid it off. They've been trying to get the deed. They've been trying, this is what I hear, they've been trying to get the deed for this property for God knows how long. While I say Frost, plural, because Katie worked there, Brant the Fifth worked there, Brant the Fourth worked there. Now, we're told Brant the Fifth worked out a lot of deals on his own. That's what we're hearing. People are out there talking away. So they paid off their property. They've been asking for the deed. We've heard stories where the Frost family has taken the property that's paid off and has solicited more investments against that property, using that property as collateral. You can't make it up. It's all over the map. So the receiver, there's no coincidence in politics. And when these attorneys are concerned with Alex Kaufman, Josh McCoon, and yesterday with the receiver report, and we broke it down for you here, and the articles every day, he pleads the fifth, the receiver reports out. I'm going to give you 2 quick cuts in the receiver report. Give me, see if this is one of them, Diane. Give me number 20. Now, this is 16 pages. I'm just going to give you 2 quick cuts because then I want to get to the Georgia GOP legal document or legal statement from their attorneys. From the desk of the chairman. Don't forget, Josh McCoon has zero ability of leadership, period. I'm just going to say, it's going to anger you. He has zero leadership qualities, zero, period. And his ass is in deep trouble right now. He knows that. We'll break that down in just a couple minutes. And everything he does is he runs by legal. He reviews it as an attorney. Alex Kaufman reviews it as an attorney. And he has zero respect for the executive committee, zero respect for the delegates, zero respect for the state committee. I mean, I have to tell you, this is going to get you very angry. Very angry. No, I can't say it because my mom would get upset. You can no longer walk around as the Georgia GOP state committee and hold your head up and say how proud you are of Josh McCoon. Executive committee, you cannot. You can't do it. It's not possible. You have absolutely, as a state committee, you have absolutely as an executive committee, you have zero, got it? You have zero decision-making ability, or does he care what you think? I'll get into that in a minute. So here it is. In particular, the receiver and receivers professionals, the whole team, have also identified a number of contributions to political candidates. First Liberty appears to have directly, indirectly, or through the Frost family, made almost 1,000 political donations, over $1 million in the fund. There are also been extensive coverage of campaign contributions in the media. Okay, so they have identified just how interwoven they are politically. They've identified the state of Alabama, the Secretary of State in Alabama, the receiver. Everybody's going to see Abramoff here. Did you get that? Abramoff. Everybody's going to see just how interwoven politically they are. And the Georgia GOP knows that's coming down the pike. And the GRA knows it's coming down the pike. Everybody's silent. Everybody's lawyered up. So here's number 22. The receiver intends to closely scrutinize the improper use of investor funds. Please, out of 16 pages, please take this sentence and write it down, because words are powerful and scrutinize is not a small word. He intends to closely scrutinize the improper use of investors' funds used as charitable donations and campaign contributions, and to seek the return of all such funds to the fullest extent permitted by applicable law. Now, by applicable law, right? So receiver goes into Fulton County, wants to get a search warrant. I don't know. BKP said they're getting, no, I didn't. I did not say they're getting, I don't know. Let's say the receiver wants to. Goes to the judge and says, look, I want a search warrant. I want to look at certain books. Now, Fulton County would never give them a search warrant to go look at any books at the Georgia GOP. Now, I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying that's how it happens. But take this simple sentence. This is one sentence. There's not even a comma in this damn sentence, okay? He intends to scrutinize closely the improper use of investor funds, charitable donations, and campaign contributions, and seek to return to the fullest extent permitted by applicable law. Now, the guy put law in here. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, you're taking a sentence, and boy, are you stretching this silly putty out. You're trying to get a lot out of this. No, it is what it is, the sentence. So, yesterday, the Georgia GOP, right? The receiver writes this. Brent Frost IV pleads the Fifth. I got that out. Brent Frost IV pleads the Fifth. And the next thing you know, you got this right here, number 73. Yesterday afternoon, after the guy pleads the Fifth, after the receiver puts out, I'm looking close, after article after article after article, every article has that one paragraph, right? That one paragraph that says, Brent Frost V, Coweta County GOP chair, Brent Frost V, state GOP state committee member, Krista Frost, Georgia GOP Finance Oversight Committee chair. I'll stop there with Katie Frost, Finance Committee Chair, Georgia. Someone said to me yesterday, you know better than anybody, got a little snippy. You know better than anybody. The committee will never meet. It's just symbolic and just put out there to say we're keeping an eye on things. They'll never be, you know that. Okay. They're correct. I do know that. I do know Josh McCoon will create and tell you there's a committee and it won't meet at all. It's just to shut you up. Oh, we'll put a committee in place. All right. I get that. But guess what? The people out there that are reading all of this, they get the impression that Katie Frost is in charge of something financial. So they get Katie Frost, 3rd District Chair, Katie Frost, Executive Committee, Katie Frost, State Committee, and Chair of the Financial Oversight Committee. And you get Krista Frost, where, when she turned her back and went to the linen closet, somebody was stuffing her cookie jar there, boop, boop, full of $100 bills. And she was sending 3,500 of them to Candace and all over the place. The homemaker that she is, right? There's cash in the banana stand. There's always cash in the banana stand. That's what Brant Frost IV is going to say to Brant Frost V, right? Brant Frost V is going to go to jail. He's going to go to visit his pop in jail, and his pop's going to look at him and say, there's always money in the banana stand. Where did they put some of that money? In the banana stand? Anyhow, moving right along. So, they released this statement, right? Let's look at it. Let's see the relevance of this statement. I've got so much other stuff to do, it ain't even funny. I'm not even getting to it. So give me number 72. July 22nd, 2025, 10 days after the receiver was appointed. But immediately after the receiver's first report at Brant Frost IV pleading the fifth. In a proactive effort to support the recovery process, our legal counsel initiated communication with the receiver, who is diligently working to sort through the records related to First Liberty's collapse. The receiver initiated aims to recover assets and restore the losses suffered by hundreds of investors. Now, Josh McCoon, this is a statement from the chairman. Because you got to understand, the Georgia Republican Party is Josh McCoon. No one else. No one else. Josh does not have to ask you anything. He can make any statement he wants by the rules. He can spend all the money he wants. He can write a check whenever he wants. He can take a check from whoever he wants. He can get on a plane and fly to Arizona. Josh McCoon is the Georgia Republican Party. End of story. Now, in this, he'll tell you legal counsel is in the very first sentence. He doesn't open up with an appreciation of the executive committee of the state. The Georgia Republican Party appreciates the input from the executive committee and state committee members to the point that we feel as a party, it's important that we do the right thing. And in that, we had our counsel connect with Josh McCoon will never feel he needs to communicate with you out there as a party. He is the party. He writes it all the time. Today, just 10 days after the receiver appointed, the Georgia Republican Party has completed its diligent review of its records dated to 2021. Now, I don't know, but it says the Ponzi scheme's been going since 2014, right? Communicated collaboratively 12 syllables with the receiver. We corroborated. I can't get that one. So we're going to pause there and move on. With the receiver to determine the maximum amount of contributions to be returned has been delivered a payment, $36,843.97 to the receiver, Gregory Hayes, representing all contributions received from Brant Frost IV and his immediate family members from January 1st, 2021 to the present. Now, I told people yesterday, the receiver acknowledged family. Now, Josh, the report made him a nervous wreck. Now, someone said to me, well, the receiver said family. That's the husband and wife is family. No. I will tell you, he acknowledged Brant Frost IV. He identified Brant Frost IV and family. So they knew the Georgia Republican Party to go through and family, immediate family, okay? through this proactive cooperation with the receiver, the Georgia Republican Party has taken a significant step to address the unfortunate circumstances surrounding the collapse of First Liberty. While we were under no legal obligation to take any action, we voluntarily complied with receiver's suggestion regarding the time frame and scope of the donations. The decision reflects our commitment to doing what is right for the victims of this unfortunate situation. Now, why would you, if you were under no legal obligation, give back $36,000? Because it's the right thing to do? I mean, that's nice. Because what people are doing is they're misunderstanding this all the way around the state. We were under no obligation. We didn't have to give it back. No, you didn't have to give it back. But I'll tell you what, you remember that word scrutinize? All contributions? You see, the Georgia GOP yesterday, after Brant Frost IV pleaded the fifth, the receiver came out with his determination on the first report. The Georgia Republican Party is hoping that they go to the receiver and look like the ones that want to work with them to prevent the receiver from wanting to come into the office. Now, I'm strictly of the opinion that Karen Henschel, Josh McCoon, right, and Alex Kaufman, the three of them, and David Schaefer, to speak of him, they don't want the receiver in this office. They're trying to prevent the receiver from wanting to come inside. This is all of it. Take it. Take it. This is it. There's no reason to come in here and look. That's right. I want to emphasize that the party's action is rooted in the compassion and integrity aimed at supporting the victims and their families. It has not been made at the demand of any level of government or any candidate for office, but rather is the discharge of our moral duty to do our part to assist those who have been affected by the tragedy. It has not been made demand of any level of government, right? Let me interpret that. So we have Josh is sweating his ass off, all right? It's not just at the gym it's not just at the gym with his personal trainer, but Josh is sweating his ass off. Kaufman is sweating his ass off. His little legal briefs are in a knot, all right, over there. They just are. And I'll tell you why. You see, we have Mike Collins. Right? He's going to step out. He's going to run for Senate. Mike Collins will be the last. Well, you have Dooley. We're talking about Dooley, all right, running for Senate also. Brian Kemp's friend, Vince Dooley's son, right? Here's what's really going on here. Mike Collins is getting ready to roll this out Monday. Burt Jones is planning an event. He's planning an event. When Mike Collins rolls his out, right? When he rolls his out, others will start really rolling out. You have Kelvin King rolling out Secretary of State. You got Lieutenant Governor candidates rolling out. So between Brian Kemp, between Mike Collins, between Burt Jones, I don't know who made phone calls. I don't know what was said between Michael Whatley, the RNC. This paragraph right here is telling you that we did this out of compassion and integrity. It's not been made at the demand of any level of government or any candidate for office. Why do you need to say that? Why do you need to say that? Why? Why do you need to separate and say that? Because that's exactly what happened. Josh McCoon has been told, shut this down. Josh McCoon has been told, give him the damn $36,000. Maybe Dennis Futch gave it to him. I don't know. Maybe Dennis did, because Dennis wrote a 4-page, if you're in Georgia, you know who he is. He's got a plane. He flies around. He's very wealthy. If he wants to lead a committee, he pays enough money. He leads the committee, right? If he wants to sit at the head table, he pays enough money. He sits at the head table. That's just the way it is. I mean, he's not the worst guy in the world. He's just very wealthy. He buys what he wants. And Josh says, yes, sir. And Josh, the Georgia GOP, Inc., is financially strapped. Financially strapped. They just are. It's the truth. And there's times when Josh has to know he can call and get 30 grand here and 30 grand there, and I know the names he calls. So I don't know if Dennis Futch gave him the money, but Josh, he pleaded the fifth. The first report comes out. The AJC's writing 2 or 3. Alabama's investigating. People are writing stories left and right. It's flying everywhere. It's national. They know the Frost family's intertwined. And there are people that called Josh McCoon and said, you need to get this off the damn front page now. Get it out of the office. Get it off the front page. Get it away from us. We have to change the subject. Seriously. Because come Monday when Mike Collins comes out, they need this off. So don't forget what that third paragraph says and why it says it. We made this at no demand of local government or any candidate. Bull. I know exactly what happened. You were told to shut this up and shut it up now and get out of this mess. The Georgia Republican Party remains dedicated to ensuring that the interests of our constituents are prioritized, and we will continue to vigorously advocate for those who have suffered the results of the event. Now, in this statement, as you can see, how many times did you see Frost family? You see the collapse of First Liberty, right? And you see immediate family. You see Brant Frost. This is legal bullshit, okay? I know these damn people. I know Alex Kaufman. I know what they're doing here. I didn't give this guy angel wings. I didn't do it because I can read this legal document that they went over 4 or 5 times before putting out. Now, I want to know in this document where you see Brant Frost V, where you see Katie Frost, where you see, right, Krista Frost. I want you to tell me in this document if you see anywhere outside of Brant Frost IV, First Liberty, Building and Loan, and immediate family. Can you please send that to me? Go through here, find anything outside of the legal jargon of Brant Frost IV, First Liberty, immediate family. Immediate family. Who's the immediate family, Josh? Why didn't you name them in here? Why didn't you? Why didn't you put that in the statement? Why didn't you put in the statement Katie, Brant, Krista? Why not? Because that's where the immediate family, you see, you gave back $36,843. Now, let me say this. Pay attention. He didn't ask anybody. Hey, get me a check. Karen, get me a check. Okay. 36,000, blah, blah, blah. Here, Karen, you sign this also. Two signatures. Get it in the mail. Are you going to tell the executive committee of the Georgia Republican Party? Why would I tell them that? Or are you going to vote on it? Are you going to call? Are you going to call? Let me say this. Now, pay attention to me. I told you. When the Georgia Republican Party this goes back to David Schaefer, when the Georgia Republican Party, when David Schaefer, Kathy Latham, and Sean Still were indicted. The Georgia Republican Party, Inc., the executive committee, this is what I'm told, I was not on there at the time, voted to indemnify them, meaning they voted and said, yes, we will pay the legal bills. We're not obligated. Keep that in mind. They were never obligated. But the executive committee said, this is my understanding, it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. We need to pay the legal bills. All right? Now, they had an executive committee, 2 weeks ago meeting? Katie Frost attended. Katie Frost was in attendance. She's on the executive committee. Josh McCoon, 2 weeks ago, at that executive committee, had an opportunity to tell the people that are supposed to be governing the Georgia Republican Party, look, we're going to call the receiver and set up a meeting. We're not obligated to do anything, but we're going to see what's best here on how to get a statement out, how to handle this going forward, and if we have to return any money. Right? Nothing. It didn't happen because he doesn't care. You don't make the decision. State committee, you don't make the decision. You don't. So did he call the receiver, him and Alex Kaufman, and it's been 10 days, and he's taken the heat? And did he say, because he can do that, he can call an emergency executive committee meeting, he can. People will start arguing with that. Did he say, okay, now that I have the information, $36,843, that's a lot of money. And I think we're not obligated, right? All right. Let's see. Receive, determine, return the delivery to the. This is a proactive cooperation with the receiver. The Georgia Republican Party addressed these unfortunate circumstances while we are under no obligation to take this action. We volunteered. We, who's the we? You got a damn mouse in your pocket? Who's the we, Josh? Did you call your treasurer, which happens to be the CFO of the corporation? The treasurer is the CFO. Did you call? Who's the we, Josh? You and Karen Henschel down the hall? Because my understanding, unless something's different, and you can let me know, he didn't call the receiver, get all the details. He didn't go to the executive committee. Now, I don't know that they would have done this, but what if he had presented to the executive committee? We're not obligated to give back $1. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that they gave that looks like a donation, but they actually purchased stuff or convention fees or whatever. We're not obligated. Maybe the committee would have voted one way. Maybe the committee would have said, well, let's just give back 2/3. I don't know. But you understand, Josh McCoon wrote a check for $36,843.97. And to my understanding, no one else was aware of it. That's my understanding. He didn't ask anybody else. He didn't have a meeting. He didn't have a state officer meeting. Bottom line. So, you know what? He made that decision because the pressure was on him. Look at that one paragraph. Find the name Frost in there. Find anywhere where he says, look, Katie Brandt and Krista need to step back. Nothing. So this is far from over. I mean, this is really just the beginning. And Josh is nervous on several fronts. And to say the Frost family, well, we have an innocent till proven guilty. How's your fundraising going, Georgia Republican Party? Why would anyone give you $1? Why? Why would people outside of your circle that you call to get $30,000, why would anybody give you a penny? Right? All right, so Kelvin King, number 74, is going to run for Secretary of State. So is Tim Fleming, number 78, 74, running for Secretary of State. 78, Tim Fleming is running. Mike Collins is running for Gabriel Sterling is probably running. This is number 76. Kelvin, we'll talk about it tomorrow, took a swipe at Gabriel Sterling, so we might have 3 candidates already, Tim Fleming, Kelvin King, and Gabriel Sterling in the Secretary of State's race. Mike Collins is going to run for U.S. Senate, right? That's going to give another Kemp appointment for the 10th district. Kemp wants an appointment. Well, you don't appoint, number 77. When Mike Collins, Republican from Jackson, launches his long-expected Senate bid, it will trigger a wide-open battle for the Northeast Georgia Senate, the 10th district. Houston Gaines, Republican from Athens, a close ally of Brian Kemp, is expected to get into the race. Wow, this guy's got a lot of background baggage. So I'm your host, BKP. Today, it was Media Day for the AJC. Don't forget number 6. Here's the house they rented. I didn't put up any pictures today, so we better go show you a quick. There you go, house at Kennebunkport, Maine. Here's number 8 while they were at vacationing. So if you don't know, I didn't put up any pictures. That's Brant Frost IV in the plaid, mom Krista Frost, Katie Frost. The 2 young ladies are under 18. The one right next to the albino rhino, she just turned 18, so that's why we have that like that. And there's Brant Frost V in the blue blazer or black, and he is, as we call him, the albino rhino. You know, if he goes to prison, that could probably be good for him, and I'll tell you why. He looks like he needs an hour out in the yard every day. Could you see? We'll end with this. Number 13, this is Kaufman. Then I want to go back to, 13 is Kaufman. Let me see if I've got a Brant Frost picture. I'd love to have one of him and his dad. I thought I did, and if I don't, we're not going to sweat it. Let's go back to number 8. That's the attorney for the Georgia Republican Party, number 8. So the dad's in plaid, and let's just say he's in prison, and Brant's in the dark, and he goes to visit Dad, and Dad looks at him and says, "There's always money in the banana stand." I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.